few weeks ago, I uploaded this video here showing one of the things that I found at the liquidation auction. This is me unboxing a wafer handling robot. So I drove up to Seattle and picked up a bunch of things, and I didn't upload all of the video because I really never got around to it. I'm a little sick this week, so there's probably not going to be much to show that's happening at the shop. So I figured I'd upload the rest of the videos so you can see a couple of the other things that I found. I haven't really done anything yet with the stuff that I bought, but it should make for some fun projects once the workshop is all up and running. The next big thing for the workshop is doing the electrical. I think we'll be getting the garage door in next week. Hopefully, if I'm feeling better, I can get the lights in, then start wiring up for electrical outlets, and then after that is insulation, and there's a bunch of plumbing and walls and other things to go. So if you're like most people, you run into an issue where you have something over here and you want to move it over here and back again, precisely, and possibly very quickly. I'm always suffering from that problem, so I bought these two guys here. It moves by itself when it gets powered up. These are linear actuators or linear rail systems. Let me pop them open and show you what we've got in here and why I was so interested in bidding for these guys. I spent more than the minimum bid on these ones because I figured it'd be pretty cool inside. And I think I'm right. These are Adept Microblocks 10 servo controllers. They have a Firewire interface, and they speak to the servo motor, which I think is running at 200 volts and has a 16-bit rotary encoder on it for that servo control loop. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to use the controller that it comes with because there's a DOS program that speaks over Firewire that lets you control it, but I haven't been able to find it. Admittedly, I've only spent like 10 minutes Googling it. I could find some open source libraries and then a Firewire card for my computer. Maybe I'd use that. If not, I might just replace it with a different servo controller, but I imagine this is a pretty good servo controller. This should come out here, actually. Move that one down there. There we go. Let me bring you up a little closer so you can see what's going on in here. So in here is a precision ball screw. I thought it would have a shorter pitch. This looks like it's, I don't know, I should get a measuring tape, but it looks like it's a little under 1 thread per inch. 2 precision linear rails, linear bearings inside here. I don't think that's in frame right now. There you go. Linear bearings. And there's a coupler, shaft coupler back there. And rotary bearings on either side. Shaft coupler coupled to a motor, which is back here. Let's have a look at the motor. This thing definitely has some gravity. I will need here's the servo controller. That's the rotary encoder input, servo motor output, power comes in through these guys, Firewire there. Looks like a nice unit. All right, that's one big servo motor. Let's see if I can see the specs on it. It's not huge actually. These things can go up to 750 watts these units. See if I can get one side off and see if there's a speck on the side of the motor. I assume taking this apart on the floor here is perfectly fine and won't in any way impact the precision calibration that this unit probably went through. The owner of the place that was liquidating, I guess the prior owner, said that he picked this up from Western Digital in California. So that was the previous owner before me. I really wish these Allen keys were the ones with the little knobs on the end, so you could access at weird angles. I'm stealing this metric Allen key from my wife's toolkit, which she's told me I'm never allowed to use because I never put things away. So let this video be an evidence that I'm going to put everything away. Alright. When I first saw this machine in person, I was worried that I'd overbid on it because I was pretty sure it was electronic, like servo or stepper control. But I saw these two lines here. Which look like air lines. And so I was like, oh no, is this a pneumatic tool? Which would have been interesting, but not something I'm super interested in. Hopefully this is the way to get at the motor. Anyway, it's fun taking it apart. It'd be easier if I was in my workshop and I had a workbench. It's nice that these are all one of two sizes of metric socket head cap screws. It'd be a pain if it was a ton of different sizes. All right, we have movement at the station. Right, so we have, all right, a cut airline. Not sure what that was for. Maybe it was attached. The carriage had some hydraulic tool on it, so a pneumatic tool. That's what these airlines are for. The motor is still attached. You know what, I won't unplug that right now. Alright, AC servo motor, 400 watts, 200 volts, 2.8 amps, 1.27 newton meters of torque, maximum speed of 3,000 revolutions a minute. Yaskawa Electric, America. Alright. That's good to know. I'm gonna keep on taking this apart. Yeah, I'm gonna take this control section off and just expose the motor. I think this little DB9 connector is the rotary encoder, which, as I said, I think is 16-bit rotary encoder. That's nice. DB15 with only 5 pins being used. All right, so we still have this cable assembly back here. It's mainly the pneumatic stuff that's in the way. FPGA, some RAM. Don't know what that guy is. It's a Xilinx Spartan FPGA there. There's probably some beefy MOSFETs on the other side for heat sinking. All right, there we go. She's all free. We should probably take a look inside this while we've come this far. Alright. So that's the FPGA. I guess that's a custom micro. RAM. Another Xilinx chip there. Let's have a look. Don't worry, this is an anti-static wood table. Oh, there's always one more screw. Don't want to yank on it too hard. Looks like there's a bunch of little ends of bolts on the other side. You know what? I'm not going to completely decapitate this. It's probably worth some money on eBay. If I can't get it working, I'll sell it off. So here's some of the other stuff I got. Some rack mount equipment, mainly of the TV and telecoms variety. Starting at the bottom, we have a sync pulse generator. This one that's currently running is a Tektronix signal generator. Actually really interested in that one. It seems to be running the self-calibration, and that's all passing right now. The screen is a little dim, but that's pretty cool that works. Test signal generator for NTSC. Another old bit of Tektronix gear, runs on 230 volts, so have to do something to get that running. Some 2 DV cam record recorders, players, decks. A telephone test signal generator, which is kind of cool. Some monitors, distribution amplifier, chroma key machine, and over there we have the controller for a magnetic chuck. Someone outbid me for the magnetic chuck, so they have a magnetic chuck without a controller. I have a controller without a magnetic chuck. I'd love to sort of run you through all this stuff, but I'm living in the converted workshop space right now, and it took me a long time just to find the IEC cable to plug in one of these guys. I should have bid on one of the random boxes full of BNC cables and power cables, because I'm going to need a ton of those. Obviously I have them all in my other workshop or in the shipping container, but I'm not going to go digging around for that stuff now. So it'll be fun to play with this stuff in the future.